Hey everybody, so this is a slightly earlier edition of Welcome to Week 9. You're finishing up Week 8, and I hope that that has been inspiring for you. And we're really turning the corner to the last 2 weeks. And I have to be honest with you, these last 2 weeks are some of the most exciting weeks for me because I get to share with you some of my own work and the way that we think about spiritual struggle, college students, emerging adulthood, and this idea of spirituality. Now, before I get to that, just a couple of things about Week 8. First of all, my apologies with the confusion about the discussion posts. Because we had Sarah's lecture on top of my lecture, and you guys did a great job with the discussion posts, my intention all along was not to have you do an additional discussion post. It's just too much busy work, especially the week before Thanksgiving. And so that other discussion post should have never been on the site. So thanks for your graciousness with that. For those of you that reached out, again, I'm sorry for the confusion. The good news is I think it meant a little bit less work for you. So I hope that that was helpful to you. Secondly, I've wrapped up your DLA grading and feedback, and I'm excited to get that back to you. So I'll be releasing that, and you'll be getting those. If you've got any questions or you want to talk to me, that would be great. I really appreciated all of your interviews and the ways that you really thought about a context, and I really think each one of you had some insights that you could actually take back to these contexts and share with them, which is really, really great. There are ways that we can always improve on getting our message out and fine-tuning the way that we communicate and the ways that we synthesize what we're hearing and seeing with the literature that we're reading and reflecting. And so there are times where I pushed on that a little bit, and that maybe affected the quality of what I saw as the work that you did. But what we're all about here is improving, right? The feedback that you get isn't a reflection of you, it's a reflection of this particular piece of work that you did. And the hope is that we can learn from that and you can continue to grow, because I think each one of you have something to say and something to contribute, and that's my commitment to you. As we go into Week 9 now, just a couple of other things. You're going to see in this particular module that there's going to be the reading that you're going to be doing. You're going to be reading more of my stuff. I also have you doing another quiz. This quiz is not a quiz, but it's a survey that asks you about your undergraduate experience. And so I want you to just take some time to reflect on that and respond to it. I'll compile the results, but sometimes I find this really interesting to kind of hear about your own experiences. And I think this is important for us as we think about leadership and ministry and teaching as well. We bring our experiences into our perceptions. And so the ways that maybe we worked through our spirituality or our undergrad experience or our working through our 20s makes us sensitive and insightful, and sometimes even blind to the broader and bigger perspectives that are out there. So it's always good for us to just take some time to reflect on where we come from and how we hold our experiences and what we learned from that, and also maybe what we missed. So I hope that you have some fun time reflecting on that. This module begins to really dive into this idea of what we mean by spiritual struggle. And this is really what I studied for my dissertation work. How do undergraduates who attend a public university experience and work through spiritual struggle? I interviewed evangelical undergraduates that had come from that tradition, and you'll see this in my work. So I hope that you find this interesting. I think what's really exciting is that you're going to be able to read my work with a different lens than you would have if I would have presented this in, say, Week 2, because I draw from some of the resources and authors that we've been reading this quarter. So you'll see some echoes of some things that have informed my own thinking and the ways that I try to move and take that further. So I'm really excited for you to engage with that. I'm really happy to share my work with you, and I hope that you find it inspiring for you as you think about, well, what are the things that are important to me, and what might that become in my own work that I'm doing. So as we come into this week, it's obviously a big holiday week, which has, as holidays always do, have a range of emotion. I think this year with the pandemic, I think that it has even a different layer of emotion associated with that. For those of you that feel far away from family and loved ones and friends, and you don't have that opportunity to connect, I want you to know that I'm praying for you. This can be a time of loneliness in and of itself, but sometimes this adds to maybe the distance we feel from the people that we love, or even the distance we feel in some of the relationships that are better and worse in our lives. I hope that if for any reason you feel like an especially sense of maybe loss according to that, that you know that you can reach out to Sarah and me, and we want to be a support to you along the way. So may this week be one where we can think about the things that we're thankful for and long for the things that we don't have, and be thankful to God that God gives us what we need every step of the way. I appreciate working with you. I appreciate studying with you. I'm thankful for that. And so I'm really glad to share this with you, and I hope that you have a great and meaningful week. And so all this week, may you know God's grace and peace.